Let's talk a bit about aggression. In psychology, aggression is any physical or verbal behavior intended to harm someone, whether done out of hostility or as a calculated means to an end. Aggressive behavior emerges from the interaction of biology and experience. Let's take a look at both of those influences. There are three main levels of biological influences. The first is genetics. One well-known genetic marker for violence is having a Y chromosome. Another is having an MAOA gene, which is a gene that breaks down neurotransmitters such as dopamine and serotonin. This is also sometimes referred to as the warrior gene. People with a low MAOA gene expression tend to behave aggressively when provoked. A second level of biological influence is neural. There isn't one spot in the brain that is solely responsible for aggression, but there are neural systems that will either inhibit or facilitate aggression. We know that the amygdala is a key player in aggression. When stimulated, the amygdala can lead to aggressive responses and behavior. If our frontal lobes are damaged or not fully mature, we may behave more aggressively. The last level is biochemical influences. Testosterone affects both humans and other animals. If a castrated mouse is injected with testosterone, then the mouse will become aggressive. With humans, we see that as men age and their testosterone levels diminish, they become more gentle. Alcohol can influence aggression as well. It can slow brain activity that controls judgment and inhibitions. When people are under its influence, they may interpret ambiguous acts as provocations and act aggressively. Even just thinking that you've consumed alcohol can increase aggression. Therefore, alcohol's effects can be both biological and psychological. Let's switch over to some of the psychological and social cultural influences. Certain aversive stimuli, such as physical pain, personal insults, bad smells, cigarette smoke, crowding, and a ton of other things, can make people aggressive. We even get more aggressive when we're hungry, which is how we ended up with the term hangry. Frustration-created anger can spark aggression. This is known as the frustration-aggression principle. Heat is also a well-documented influence on aggression. Across the world, violent crimes and spousal abuse rates have been higher during hotter years. Throughout human history, higher temps have predicted increased individual violence, wars, and revolutions. Learning can influence our reactions. If we behave aggressively, and that aggression gets reinforced by things like getting what we want or even praise, then we learn that aggression has benefits that lead us to behaving more aggressively in the future. Modeling is another way that we might learn to be aggressive. If parents discipline their children with violence and aggression, those children will learn that this behavior is acceptable. Parents aren't the only models for aggression. TV, film, video games, and the internet give us access to violence. Media violence teaches us social scripts, which are culturally influenced mental files for how to act in certain situations. Sometimes we imitate what we view. Watching violent behavior can increase our own aggressiveness.